we have some very different looking engine mounts here. Passenger side and driver's side. For myself in South Africa, it's right-hand drive, so driver's side is the one on the right, passengers on the left. And yeah, these, we're just going to be working out the fabrication for that to mount onto the motor with the polyurethane bushings. Hopefully when we get to the chassis, the Model A chassis, we can reuse those bushings. Another look from this side. You can see I've put all the bolts and nuts into a packet. Passenger engine mount. See the difference in these mounts. I've been trying to figure out, I've looked all over YouTube and everything. There hasn't been much detail on these mounts, so I'm hoping that I can help some people out. I'll put some plans up on the fabrication, all the different specs, probably will be a metric, but I'm sure you can get close to it. Marking the scrap piece for the outer sleeve for the polyurethane. It's got mangled, it's on the scrapyard, but it didn't cost me much. So I'm gonna cut the pieces. There's 265mm lengths that I need to get from here. And I tried to test it with the hacksaw. Angle grinder is definitely quicker, but we all need that. So I had these profiled, these engine mount blanks, but I profiled them 11mm, which is the exact width of the bolt. So I'm just opening it up to 12mm, and then they'll be ready. See if the belt holds. It's old and it's coming apart, so it keeps on hitting me in the head. We'll see what happens. Cutting fluid on. Yeah, so you can see some issue straight away. The flat plate here is obviously where the dizzy is going in. I'm going to have to cut that a little bit away there. Mark that. Okay, so the plate fits on the driver's side. You can't quite see because the exhaust manifold. There is quite a distance between the plate and the, I don't think you can see there. Distance between the thread and the plate here. So I've got a space there. I'm going to have to get a deeper bolt. And that side is fine. That side, all the measurements worked out. I'm happy with that. I'm going to put the mock-up of the bushing on there. We'll weld that up on the weekend. That all works out. However, on the other side, we've got an issue. I cut away some of this here to make way for the dizzy bulger. There is not so much of a, in terms of the space, there's not so much of a break. I need to shorten that a bit. Problem is that is not central. So I'm going to have to open that hole open a bit and then use the spacer to locate the thread hole there. I'll work on that on the weekend. And then and then the other problem, give me a second, if we do the same with bushing, is that, okay, actually, you know, it might just work. Might just work. By a ball here. Oh, we're gonna have to get this welding table soon. Even just a work, it'll help as a workstation. There's the top of it, coming soon. Yeah, so it seems that the other one wasn't the only one that was messed up. I should have measured 14 times and cut once, except now I'm measuring twice and cutting 14 times. So that line there is where I need to file to open up that hole. Happy days. Okay, so I prepped this 10 more plates. I'm going to do some test beats, practice the welder welding before I actually get to the making up the engine mounts. I've learned the hard way that I need to practice, or I need to get these things measured and prepped, and so I'm going to have a look. I'm going to start kind of halfway. I still don't know what the amperage is. I think it's a 140 amp, so that'll be about 60 amps. We'll lay a bead and then we'll just do some tests. I'd love to get some slag peel, but using 60-13 rods, so we'll see how that goes. So there's always benefits of practice. You can see, I mean, yeah, the beads are all pretty, see, and they're getting better and better and better. And I think this one, I'm hoping, is quite happy with that. Yeah, that'll do. Success. Really happy with that. Looks like the slag's peeling off. Just see how the actual weld looks. Yeah, I'm super happy with that, man. That's cool. Super happy. Okay, so we want to be super transparent and super authentic with this whole thing. First time welding parts together. Had the practice with the bead earlier, which I was quite happy with. But that's very different to what's happening here. I'll just try to make it go up thicker and thicker so that it's strong. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love some comments. I'd love to get some advice, some inputs. I know they're not great. But yeah, my late father-in-law said that if you have to grind, you're a grinder, not a welder. And looks like this job, I'm going to be a grinder. I'm just not getting it. I'm going to try and go much slower. See if that helps, because there's gaps and it seems like both sides are not getting welded. So I'm going to try slow for this side and hopefully have a better weld. Cutting the other tabs for the bushing side to weld onto them now. Gonna grind it, check it out, see it welds. Okay, yeah, so I've been getting these tags ready on these bushings, and the bushings are almost done. The welding practice is definitely advisable, and today I'm going to finish welding. I'm going to clean them up a bit and then sand them, make them look at least half decent with the welds, and then we're going to paint them. And they'll look nice and fresh, and then we're done for the first part. Yeah, getting happier with these welds. I don't think it's the prettiest weld ever. They'll definitely hold. I'm going to have to ground it to make sure that the polyurethane bushing can get in. We'll end up putting it on ones like this, and that's for that one. And then we'll clean them up, we'll paint them, and I'll show you the after. And we'll put them on the engine. So the yellow contrasts nicely on the old blue, on the old Ford blue. That's not the color I think it's going to stay on, but it's the color I had, using what I got. I'm going to put the bushing in now, which I haven't painted, because I'm still going to weld that to the stand when I finish the actual stand. But take one step at a time.